This was a tremendously hard-fought game between two very good basketball teams. We're disappointed that we didn't get the opportunity to cut the nets down, but we're proud of what we've done and how we've done it. We competed from wire to wire, and we just didn't quite have enough to finish. But if we continue to play that way, we'll have a chance to be playing after the first weekend of the NCAA tournament. And that's our goal now.
Thank you, Coach. We'll now take questions for the student athletes.
Hey guys, Matt Bain with the Daily Aztec. The past couple games, you guys have had double-digit assists, and tonight there was only 5. What was going on out there with the passing or with the assists?
Well, we just didn't knock down shots. You know, they did a good job on defense as well. So, you know, we're all right. We'll come back next week. You know, watch film and do different things like that. But you know, we just didn't knock down shots tonight.
We're here.
Patrick Carr, Daily Aztec. There were a lot of fouls called on both teams tonight. Do you guys think that that kind of changed the nature of the game?
Well, we can't really worry too much about the calls. You know, we just go out there and try and play hard and play every possession like it's our last. So, I mean, we can't say that the officiating played a big part, because there was other parts of the game as well that we could have done well. So we can't just blame it all on the refs.
Winston, in the end, when you guys were shaking hands, it looked like you and Kirk had a big embrace at the end and you talked for a little. What did you guys talk about?
Nothing much. You know, some people back in Houston where I'm from, that's all.
Yeah, to Winston and Dwayne, when you completed when the inbound pass was stolen, you know, the last time you had the lead, when, you made it 57-56. Did you feel the momentum was going on your side because you had an 8-0 run going, and then you got the lead? You know, how'd you feel at that point?
We felt good. We got the lead back. Our press was doing a good job on them, so of course we felt good.
Okay, go ahead.
For any of you guys, the balance and the emotion right now. You came here to win, and you didn't, yet you know what's ahead of you, and I hope that a couple of you guys can talk about just what's ahead.
Well, we know what we have to do to get better. You know, we got a big, like Coach put it to us, a two-game tournament every week, so we can't let this linger. You know, it hurts. We all came here to cut down nets, but we're not going to let this loss linger. We got another big chapter in our book to move forward to next week, so that's what we're looking forward to.
Go ahead.
Hi, Lewis, CBS San Diego. Dwayne, you'd hit a couple of threes, and then toward the end of the game, you drove in, missed the 2, then Bears still got fouled on the other end and kind of changed the momentum of the game in a sense. Were you thinking 3 at that point, or you just saw the drive in and you tried to go for the 2?
I just seen the lane open up, so, you know, I just took what the defense gave me.
Go ahead.
In that you guys did come here knowing that there wasn't really much to be gained or lost, why was this tournament and winning another trophy and cutting down even more nets so important?
There's plenty to gain. Any tournament or any game that we in, we want to win. So we don't take losing lightly, but we're just going to get better from it.
This is for DP on that last possession that New Mexico had. You were in your 1-3-1, and they were kind of running out of options, and Williams took that deep 3. What did you see on that, and did you expect him to take that, and what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I felt like he was kind of deep, so, you know, I wasn't really expecting him to shoot it. I was expecting the ball screen, but, you know, he's a great player and he hit a great shot, so it was nothing I could do.
Other questions for our student athletes? Right here. To your right, guys.
New Mexico brought a lot of fans here, so did you guys kind of feel like it felt like a road game tonight based on the amount of fans New Mexico had?
No. We had fans as well. You know, a lot of the show came out, and all the other Aztecs that support us came out, so nah, not really.
Anything else? Okay, well, go ahead. over there, guys.
Quick one for X. On your fourth foul, I was the opposite end of the court. What happened on that?
Oh, well, I tried to close out on Neil. You know, I just closed out too hard and just got caught with a foul. So that was just my fault on that part.
Coach, like they said, not a ton to gain. What do you think this tournament as a whole does to your chances for your placing in the postseason tournament?
I have no idea where we'll be seated. I know we have a really good basketball team, as does New Mexico. And I think the tournament committee is a look at who you've played, who you've beaten. New Mexico, in my opinion, is not a top 20 team. They're a top 10 team, top 15 team. They're good. They're really good. And my hope is that both of us can get into this next tournament and win and prove that we have teams in the Mountain West Conference that can compete not only within a league, can compete nationally with anybody. They can play with anybody, and so can we. So let's hope that we do that next week. We wanted to win 3 games. We didn't. We came up a little short. But we went right to the wire with an effort that makes a coach and a parent proud.
Go ahead.
Coach, I want to ask you also about that last sequence with the 1-3-1. It seemed like it was a great coaching move. Kind of caught them off guard. They were tentative. The shot clock was running down, and the guy makes a deep 3.
I have seen Williams make deep threes against a lot of people. 2 years ago as a sophomore, he lit us up in our building with long shot after long shot after long shot. He's a very good player. He's got a lot of moxie. Saw him airball a free throw last night and then want the ball to get fouled at the end so he could make 2 free throws to win the game. It was a long shot, long, hard shot. He's made long, hard shots before. I was hoping that one would not go in. He took a long, hard shot at our place when they were 2 behind that fortunately for us did not go in, but this one did.
Right there.
Coach, I'm going to quickly, but just about the officiating. You guys shot 2 free throws in the first half, and I think you shot 20 in the second half. The disparity is interesting and not typical. Do you think the officiating played any part in the pacing of the game or how you guys played it in any sense?
We had 3 guys who are veteran officials who have made deep runs themselves in the NCAA tournament. Did I complain about some calls? Yes. Did Coach Neal? Yes. None of the 3 were attempting to make calls to favor one team over the other. I thought there were some calls that weren't good. I'm sure Neal thought the same thing. If you get caught up in yapping at the officials, whether you're a player or coach, you're not going to be focused on the job. And I complained some. I did. But I complained in a timely fashion where I could still get my point across and keep my wits about me. So those are 3 really good officials.
Thanks.
Just kind of a quick follow-up on that. Have you ever been in a game or coached a game where there were almost 20 fouls called by the halfway point in the half? I believe there were 16 or 17 at the 10-minute point in the second half.
I'm sure I have. I've been doing it a long time. I'm sure when I was a JV coach back in 1968, we had a lot of those, and some as we have progressed. Officiating is a hard job. Coaching is a hard job. But if you carp on that's the reason why negative things happen, then you're missing the boat and missing the point. And I'm not doing it. Our kids aren't doing it. Yeah, I wish they had made a couple calls. I wish Polee had gone to the line at the end when he went in. I wish they hadn't called a and one when Barstow went in, but they did. So, you know, you look at the tape and see usually they're right way more often than they're wrong.
Coach Fisher, J.R. Oppenheim, New Mexico Day Lobo. Could you talk a little bit about the first 5 minutes of the second half? It seemed like you guys really, pressed them hard and forced them into a number of turnovers and drawing fouls on them.
When we went in the locker room, they were on a bit of a run to end the half, 7-2 or 9, whatever it was, and they're sitting there motionless, And I had my little spiel, and I said, when I come back, I want some energy in this locker room. Some energy in this locker room. We're going to win the game. And we brought energy to the floor to start the second half. We came at them, and we hit them. We hit them first. And we seized that moment and got ourselves right back in the game and had them on their heels. But they're a good team. They righted the ship. They made a play, and we had a game like we had. But it was a good effort by both teams. I wish the game would have been 2 minutes longer, and maybe we'd have somehow found a way.
Steve, I imagine that your message to them afterward was similar to what it is to us here that came here to win, disappointed, but have a lot to accomplish. Is that correct?
Pretty much, I would say yes. I told them that I was proud of how we competed from wire to wire. We made mistakes that hurt us, but it was not for lack of effort. And when you control what you can control, effort and attitude, which we did pretty effectively, you got a chance. And that's how we've won 29 games. We fought. You know, you look up and we're 6 or 7 behind, and all of a sudden we're 1 ahead when Polee gets the and one with 1:21 to go. So now we need to make one more stop, but we couldn't do it. And again, it's credit to them. But I ended it by saying, the great thing is we got a lot to look forward to. And it starts when we find out who and where. And then we'll be determined to not have this feeling in the next 2 games that we play. I would hope that we would be a top 4 seed. I would hope that that would happen, but I can't tell you. I got no magic wand in terms of who's going to put us where. But I think our whole season, and if you say body of work, we've done a pretty good job of going out and competing and winning in different environments against different leagues, on the road, neutral sites, high altitude, when you have to win to have a chance to win the league. And we won 29 games, so we had a really, really, really good season. And I know a lot of others will state cases, but I'm hopeful that we will fall somewhere in that top 4 seed.
Back here.
Coach Jeff Grammer, Albuquerque Journal. These two teams, not just this week, were on a collision course. From the beginning of Mountain West play, these two teams separated themselves by quite a distance from the rest of the league. X gets regular season MVP, Cam gets tournament MVP. Is this fun for you when it's 2 teams like this? And kind of a follow-up to that is this the rivalry in this league now?
It's fun when you win. It ain't no fun when you don't win. Ask Noodles how he felt after the game at our place a week ago. It's not fun. You're proud of your team and what you've done and how you've done it. You rally the troops, and I think both of us know we've got 2 really good programs, not teams, underlying programs, that are used to winning, that expect to win. And I think sometimes, you know, the spirit in both teams can overflow a little bit, and you think there's nastiness between the 2 teams. I think there's mutual respect. For 40 minutes, you don't like one another. But to a man in our locker room, we are hopeful that a week from Sunday, both of us will still be playing. That's what, and I could say that, and you could say, yeah, it's easy to say. I do. I hope that we can. We got some great teams that we love to compete against in our league, and the ones that are at the top are the ones you want to beat the most. So, you know, ourselves in New Mexico, Vegas, we've been the teams that have been migrating to the top. So we want to beat them. We want to win.